very much for coming. This is, this is like Mecca for tanks. We're coming here 4 years in a row. We communicate, coordinate with the museum. We build this one and helping them with it and that. And it's a good place to be. That's probably the most important tank event in the whole world throughout the whole year. And I'm really happy to see you, the internet people, right? I don't think like tank commander or general, no.
No.
Internet people here. Whatever questions please you have, please shoot. If I know the answer, like I surely will give you the answer. If I don't know, I will give a hint that this little detail I probably don't know very much. So how do we do questions?
So just raise your hand if you have a question.
I'm ready to answer any questions, please.
Victor, what I wanted to ask was, obviously at some point you knew that World of Tanks had the potential to be a massive global hit. At the point where you knew, if you played your cards right, you were on a worldwide winning game here. From that point on, what sort of pitfalls did you have to avoid as a businessman to make sure that the game did become the global success that you knew it could be?
Well, apart from obvious business logistical things, like accounting, making your compliance, taxation, all those boring stuff, you have to, as any business, not only computer games, you have to put those things right. If you operate in different countries, in our case, pretty much all over the world, you have Brazilian tax things, you have Japan, you have Korea, Russia, you have the European Union with slightly different regulations in each country, you have UK, you have non-EU countries like Switzerland, Norway, United States of America. So apart from those things, boring stuff, accounting, compliance, you have to put things right. The biggest, not temptation, probably possible trap for a successfully growing game would be greediness, greediness and too much of a business approach. It was not easy for everyone at Wargaming, for 100% of Wargaming people, just realize once and forever that this is about the players. And this is ironic, or maybe even cynical. Like, okay, every business wants to make money. So if you see the strategies of many other companies, they're like about getting revenue from here or conquering this and that market. Well, at the end of the day, yes, you have to make money, otherwise you just die and go out of business. However, ironically, even from the most capitalistic and, if you would, cynically greedy intentions, the only way we can get the money at the end of the day is happy player. No matter, you would think like, yeah, this dude like is a happy player is all we care about. Yes, this is a free-to-play game, right? And other games too. So the only way we can make money is that we have a lot of, because 75 or even more % of people will never ever pay, and we are fine with that, right? We're not pushing monetization. So the rest, whatever, 15, 20, 25% who occasionally pay something, and again, please keep in mind this is within the within a couple of movie tickets range, right? You cannot spend $10,000 on World of Tanks. There is no way. So at the end of the day, if a player, I'm not even saying a customer, because 75% of our players are not technically customers, if we have them happy, what is happiness? Happiness is they like it for some reason, for steam off, for killing some time, having some good time with their friends, or father, son, playing, like I'm playing with my son Blitz now, a lot of Blitz. World of Tanks Blitz, I mean. So if I'm happy, if playing World of Tanks for 15, 30, 55, whatever minutes, 2 hours makes me happy, I'll do it again tomorrow, day after tomorrow, at the weekend. So then I, as a player, will form this dozens of millions of active player base, and we collectively will be monetized, I do it in quotes, statistically. So some of us, okay, me, I have work, I have salary, have little time, so yes, I will pay for premium accounts, and that's okay, this does not destroy my family budget. So in the beginning of our economical chain is happy player, and this is what we're trying to do in the company right now. Yeah, we do have a lot of people, especially in the administration, administration who did not come from gaming. Let's call them collectively accountants. And they're like, hey, money, this, that, other companies, profit, schmofit. It is important. However, you don't start with the profit, your business process. In our case, the only way to start is from the happy players. So every new game we are making or thinking about making, every update, every feature we put in World of Tanks and Blitz is now, and more will be going through the check of happiness, literally. This is actually the first time I'm saying this in public. So if you're happy, you'll come back. The most important investment you will make in our game is not your $20, is your time. You will come to see this movie or this show or this whatever national park only if it makes you happy. Otherwise, why would you go there? The same for our games. If you are happy continuously, like for 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, then we will make money. So this is what we're, I think we can say that we more or less were doing this anyway, but now it's official policy inside the company. So this pitfall, so the pitfall was, to answer the question, the pitfall was to follow the greedy capitalistic approach to revenue and profit. Cost cutting, this, that, so the usual MBA stuff. We could have gone there, especially considering that we have a lot of people from non-gaming now helping us with the accounting and everything, and they have their own philosophy. No, we will remain gaming company, making gamers, players happy.
Thank you very much.
Speaking of making players happy, there's a small minority of players in the game who go out of their way to make other players unhappy through toxic chat or behaviour. Have you got anything that you might be able to bring into the future that can prevent that or improve things?
Well, bad behavior in terms of bad language, this is, I think, universal problem everywhere in the world. And, okay, we don't have, I guess we don't have problems with pornography or something like this. So, yeah, this is about technology. You understand, when you have, dozens of millions of active players and with 28 languages officially supported and, as many languages as you wish, which people can use writing. Technologically, we cannot put 10 million policemen inside Wargaming to read each and every line, right? So yeah, it's about technology. This is the same problem, I guess, as for Facebook or for any other game. So it's like attack and defense war going on. So we coming up with filters. I guess we're using some third-party solutions or something, right? So it's getting, somebody comes up with some roundabout, maneuver, workaround. You just have to respond to that. It's not that we allow using the F word because I'm a big fan of word. No, I will tell you the funny story, and it is a true story. I'm playing Blitz with my son. He's 7-year-old. Obviously, he speaks Russian, and he also speaks and reads good English. And I'm very proud of this. But that day, I really was not very proud of so many things which I was proud before. First of all, I realized my son can read even those words he don't know. Second of all, I realized it happened in my game when we were playing together. So the question, somebody killed something, we played a platoon, so we can see what was happening the same. And then somebody wrote to something using spaces, the bad word, very bad word, the F word. And so my son's like, Daddy, oh my God, this is not happening, just, oh my God. What is, no, please no. And he's like, okay, I will not say this word. Like, what is, this is a very, very bad word, son. So just never use it, don't mention it, you should forget it, it's a very bad word. Like, yeah, I know, but what does it mean? So you see, I'm the victim of this thing myself, right? But it's just technology. It's technology fighting. There's nothing else I can say. Whenever there's, there are many other examples like CAPTCHA, SHMAPTCHA, all those things. They appear, and then they got abused. And then they upgrade it, and then something else pops up. So this, SMS, when you register for anything, you have this CAPTCHA. How many times do you usually, does it take you to enter CAPTCHA somewhere? It takes me like 5. Seriously? What is that? But you need this in order to prevent prevent the bot registrations for forum, for example, right? Or social network. So bad behavior is a matter of technology.
I wondered, I was very interested when you acquired Gas Powered Games, because I've been a big fan of Chris Taylor's work for a while. And I wondered firstly what led you to acquire his company and what he's been up to basically, because we've not really heard a lot about it since.
The acquisition, by the way, this one and Master of Orion, they happened, let's say, it's not accidentally, of course. We gave some thinking. The thing is that Chris Taylor and I, we were friends long before.
Okay.
2005-ish, I don't remember the year, what I did personally, I just went on a plane and went to any company who would shake my hands. At that time, we were not making World of Tanks. It was before World of Tanks. We were making these massive assault games and Order of War. So obviously, I wanted to meet the publishers like Electronic Arts, Microsoft, and some other developers. For example, I visited Petroglyph Games in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Why? Because Chuck Kruger was one of the guys who made one of my favorite games, Panzer General. So you just go and literally shake hands. And Chris Taylor was on the list. Of course, many people refused because nobody knew what the Chris Taylor. His assistant secretary said, "Yeah, come on." So we set up the time. I walked in and said, "Hey, I'm Victor. You must be Chris." He's a very charming person. So we were good, not friends, but we were good buddies since then. We exchanged. I gave him Massive Assault box. He gave me Dungeon Siege box. Dungeon Siege. So we just knew each other, and every time of these gaming events, E3, Gamescom, GDC, we bump into each other, grab a cup of coffee, which looked more like a glass of beer or two, and chatted, hey, how's this, how's that? So he was a developer exactly like ourselves, small independent company making relatively good strategy games. Of course, he was more legendary, definitely, and being abused by traditional publishers all the way. So we always had something to discuss. And when some stars came together, he had the difficulty with, let me not name the games, right? Because I don't know the whole story, what was behind it, but obviously he was not getting stable financial situation because of certain game did not work out well because of this and this and this, and his new project, which he was doing at Kickstarter, also did not look like it's something he wanted to do, really. So I said, hey, Chris, at one of the shows, there was DICE in Las Vegas. I don't remember. It was just, hey, let's discuss. Maybe we do some things together. That's it. That was the only idea. And yeah, some business people do some paperwork, but the idea was what was in the past doesn't matter. It does matter in terms of experience and brand kind of thing, but future can't be brighter. That's it. The same happened with World of Warships guys and World of Warplanes guys. This gaming industry, and it's a hit-driven business, it's competitive, it's not easy. So I very much hope that in a couple of days when we open the World of Warship open beta, the guys in St. Petersburg, to whom I had the same pitch, like, hey, past is past, let's see in the future, let's build ships, big ships together. They will say that they will see, and the whole world will see that probably I was right there. With Chris Taylor, as of today, it's taken longer. I'm not saying that this is he's doing more or less ambitious project than World of Warships. It's just making good games takes a lot of time. So right now, we're not in a position to give you any meaningful information. There's still, one thing is obvious, we did not want to make like the copycat of World of Tanks, that's for sure. You have to preserve, some concepts when it comes to monetization, progression. Obviously, it's going to be MMO, it's going to be military, there's going to be no little fairy toy stuff. It's just reinventing the bicycle on such high technological level, it takes time, and then putting all those technologies. Your imagination can give you the most fantastic games of all times, right? But now you have to implement it technologically and to make sure that this is actually possible. Right? So he is still in this phase, but it's a great team.
Any other question?
How important do you consider esports for Wargaming? Do you want to compete with other big esports titles like League of Legends or Counter-Strike, something like that?
The obvious answer to this question is that esports is the future. For the second time, we held this Warsaw Grand Finals of our own, right? And guess what? It's just killing it. Of course, we did not invent esports, right? It was invented in South Korea many years ago as StarCraft broadcasting. Now, of course, we're not the biggest esports company, definitely, but this is how I always answer to media. Well, when we do our esports, the media, of course, has questions about this. It's not about, right now, and I truly believe in this, and we truly believe in this, it's not about us competing against League of Legends for esports. No, it's about us being together in building these esports as cultural phenomenon, as the next television, if you will. I always mention League of Legends and Dota 2, just literally, though my marketing guys say, don't mention competitors. No, right now what we are truly doing, and we truly believe in this, is that, okay, there's some other much more stupid ways to kill time for the people. Stupid TV shows, drinking beer for a long time, you can come up with some stupid things to do. Esports, well, first of all, it's not stupid, right? Second of all, we believe that very soon esports will become this next form of entertainment, the same as TV series, the same as cinema. We have very serious, and when I say we, I mean all the games which have esports component to it. So it's a show. It's an ecosystem. It's not just us or Riot Games doing a nice game and from time to time bring players together. No, it's the whole ecosystem of, of course, gaming company making a good game. Then this company has to have community, a very strong community, department, esports department, which actually puts this show all around the world together. Then there are sponsors like Samsung, LG, who are very much interested in these demographics, right? Who watches things. They're young. Well, in our case, of course, these are mostly guys. So young guys from whatever 19 to 30, and the viewers are wider range. So yeah, if you want to, okay, of course, obviously we start with keyboards, advertising, and the headphones and mouse from Razer and similar companies, but the same audience has lives. They wear sneakers and they eat whatever ice cream, hamburgers. They fly planes. They use mobile phone operators. So it's a good audience which is very devoted and concentrated. Then streaming companies, Twitch. Did you know about Twitch 5 years ago? I did not, and it just literally appeared on our radars. 3 years ago, being some small little tiny startup, and then boom, Amazon 1 billion acquisition. I think Amazon's people are not stupid, so they knew what they were doing. You can think about YouTube acquisition by Google a long time ago. Yeah, okay, $3.5 billion for YouTube. Yeah, there's some funny movies there, but what's the point? Now we all know what's the point of YouTube, right? It's the new form of media. So we believe that esports will become very significant. Of course, we have to work hard for this. So, the game, special esports mode, the balance, the maps, the connectivity, everything. We have to do that. Then we have to do this community. The beauty of esports is that it's global. So for some sports, they are global, like to US or to England only, or to Russia only, or to they have Australian football. But the esports, our grand finals, they have people from Korea, from China, from America, from Russia, from Ukraine, from Germany. So. And of course, the final festival is when people physically come together in one place. In our case, it's Warsaw, and watch. So play on the stage, and people 5,000 people in the audience watch that, but of course millions of players watch it on YouTube, Twitch, etc. There's also, it has to be a show like NBA. If you imagine American football, NBA match was all those bells and whistles, statistics, in between